Hey, good afternoon, good morning, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thought I'd jump on just a little bit early, give Facebook an opportunity to get the message out. Hey, good afternoon. Okay, want to make sure everything is working properly. You know, technology can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing, right? So just wanted to hop on and give Facebook a few seconds to try to get this message out, because today, guys, I want to share with you something. I think it is extremely important, especially given the economic climate that we're in today. I want to share with you how to go from paycheck to paycheck and live like the wealthy do. And that's what I want to talk about today, guys. So, as you come on into this live stream, please like and share this live stream. Put your name in the comment box so I can shout you out. And we're going to go ahead and get started. If this is your first time joining me, my name is Alex Jones. I am a financial coach. I share with people and families how to create financial freedom, how to build wealth so you can live the life that you truly want and leave a legacy for your family. And so I believe that this is a mission of mine that's extremely, for me at least, is extremely important, because I know how difficult it was for me to finally be able to get to a place of retiring, of being able to retire early. For me, is early. I retired back in 2018. For some of you, it might be a little bit later, but in any case, I know the things that I had to go through. I worked in corporate America in finance for a number of years, and then I decided to go off on my own and own and operate my own businesses, which I did for over 23 years. And I know the challenges. And if there were things that I had known before, um, this process would have been made a lot easier. It would have been made a lot easier. And the other thing that I want to share is I'm very grateful that I finally did learn it, because it allowed me to get to a place where I'm able to be part-time caregiver for my mother. And so that has been an amazing blessing, to be able to spend time with your parent, the person who cared for you, who loved you, right? And in their time of need, to have both the financial and the time freedom to be able to do that is an absolute blessing. So I want to be able to share how I was able to get to a place of being able to retire at 2018, be able to have both time and financial freedom, but also be able to be in a place where you're able to take care of loved ones should you need to do that. And so, again, if you're watching this live stream, please like it and share it so other people can get this information. Because let me tell you, this is a conversation that we need to have more often. Okay. And as I share with you, you'll see why I'm saying this. Um, as I explained what I'm gonna share with you today. Um, but this is a conversation that needs to be had, and we need to have this conversation more often. Okay. So since you guys are here, I'm going to go ahead and get started and get right into it. So I'm going to share with you three things that the wealthy do different, right, than most people. And then I am going to kind of show you how their system, their financial system, how it works, so you can implement some of that in your finances. Is that okay? Let me know that that's okay. If you can put that's okay, or put okay in the comment box, I would appreciate that. Um, Feedback and sharing with me is awesome. It lets me know that I'm on the right track, and you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, and I greatly appreciate that. So, how is it that the wealthy live different, and how is it that you can go from living paycheck to paycheck? The first thing, the first thing that wealthy people do that's different. The first thing that they do, number one, is they equip themselves. They equip themselves, meaning money. Money is managing your money well is a skill set. It's a skill set. It isn't something that people are born with. Okay. This isn't something that you just, you come out the womb and suddenly you are this magnificent money manager. No, it doesn't work that way. It is a skill set that is learned and is over time. Our first teachers of how to manage your money becomes our parents. So most of us have a money philosophy, a money mindset that we got from our family, okay? And then secondly, the people that we spent our time around in our communities, they also became people who reinforced the same things that we probably learned from our parents. And so as a result, birds of a feather flock together. That's the reason why people who live in a neighborhood, they generally have what? They have the same level of income, right? Oftentimes, if you go even deeper than that, they're going to have the same approach and the same way of thinking when it comes to money. They're sharing the same ideas. They're sharing the same principles, and they get what? They get similar results, right? So, one of the things that we must do, if you did not learn how to handle money well from your parents or from people in your community, those that you spent the most time around, if you did not learn how to do that, then guess what? We now have to learn from other people how to do that. And there are, of course, several ways that you can do that. Obviously, you want to be able to, YouTube is a great learning tool. Learn as much as you can from University of YouTube, as much as you possibly can, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is you want to make sure that you start reading good books. Again, equipping yourself, reading books about how to manage, save, earn, grow your income. So that's the first thing that wealthy people do that helps them to live the lifestyle they live. They equip themselves. And I'll share very quickly. One of the books that you probably would want to read if you haven't read it already, I would say make sure that you get. Let me see if I can put it in the box. Let's see. This is one of the books that I think everyone should read, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, right? Robert Kiyosaki. So he explains very simply in very elemental terms how the wealthy people think and approach and handle wealth, okay? And I'm going to share another one. This is one of my other favorites. Doop, 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 doop. Trying to put these in here. Millionaire Mind. Okay. Here's another one that I particularly enjoy. And this one is Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. T. Harv Eker, right? So I think these two books would be a great place to start. T. Harv Eker talks about the mental aspect or the mental approach, right, to handling money even better. Many of us have habits, have beliefs, have thoughts that we've got from our parents and people that we spent the most time around. we've picked up habits, thoughts, and beliefs and ideas about money that will probably not help us to produce wealth if your parents were not wealthy. You are likely to get similar results that your parents or the people that you spend the most time around, you are likely to get similar results. So if you want something different, you have to do what? You have to get different information. And in order to do that, you have to equip yourself. Okay. So that is number one. Number one, you want to make sure that you equip yourself. Number two, the second thing that wealthy people do that I have really noticed that many of us do not do is they pay attention to their money. They pay attention to their money. And this might seem like it's common sense, but truthfully, most people don't pay attention to their money. Most of us, if we're very honest, most of us will go to our jobs, right? We'll spend, 30, 35, 40 plus hours a week going to our jobs, doing whatever it is that we do. Some of us will provide a service, right? To as our small business. And as a result, we go in and we do whatever it is that we do. For 23 years, I owned and operated hair salons. Okay. Prior to that, I worked in corporate America in finance. Okay. So I went to my office every day and I worked in the area of finance. I did audits. I went to various parts of the company that I worked for to make sure that people were operating in a way that's conducive, that they were keeping with general accounting principles, GAAP as we used to call it. We want to make sure that their systems are producing the things that they should producing. That's what I did in the area of finance. I did that for a number of years, and so as a result, I'm saying that to say that you want to make sure that you are not just doing your job. See, many of us spend 40 plus hours a week doing our job, trading hours for dollars. We spend 40 hours a week making money, making our money, trading our time for money. And we spend no time trying to figure out how to save, how to manage it, how to invest it, how to grow it, how to protect it. See, this is my financial playbook. This is my financial playbook. And this is part of the playbook that I share with my customers and clients when it comes to one-on-one education and training. You must, you must absolutely have spend time learning how to not only earn, do your job, right? But you need to start figuring out how to earn income better, how to earn income passively, how to make sure you are saving money, managing money, investing your money, growing your money, right? Protecting your money. And this is what I find many people spend little to no time doing. And once I go through this next section, you'll see why and how it becomes a problem. Okay. So, number two, you got to pay attention. You have to spend some time, you have to get intimate with your dollars. Let me think about this. I'll put it to you this way. What if you just met somebody, right? Somebody that you have an interest in. And you want, this person so far is someone that you're interested in and you want them to be in your life, right? So, how do you begin to develop a relationship? You develop a relationship by doing what? By spending time with that person, right? By spending time with that person. And then you become the more time you spend, the more intimate you become. You begin to understand them better. You begin to know how they behave and how they operate. when they're in a great mood and when they probably are not in a great mood, when they need to have some support and uplift, right? You learn these things about people because you spend time with them. That's one of the ways that you become closer. That's how you become more intimate, right? You need to do the same thing with your money. You need to do the same thing with your money. If you're not paying attention to your money, guess what? Your money will leave you, just like in relationships. If you are not spending time with your loved one, with the person that you care about, your significant other, guess what? Am I making sense, guys? Let me know that this is making sense if it is making sense. If it ain't making sense, let me know it ain't making sense. Okay? But if you want money to be in your life, you want money to continually flow to you, if you want money to be attracted to you, if you want to make sure that you are attracting wealth, you're attracting money that is growing, you're magnifying it, you're manifesting it in your life, you have blessings that seem to overtake you and they begin to overflow. They just flow to you. They just keep coming to you. And pretty soon you have blessings that you don't have room enough to receive them all. That you have so many blessings that they begin to overflow. That's how you do that. You begin to, number one, equip yourself. And then number two, you pay attention. You pay attention. Okay? You plan. You what? You manage, you save, you adjust, you track, right? These are all principles and concepts and parts of managing your money, okay? So that's the second thing that you want to do. You want to make sure that you are becoming intimate. You're becoming intimate with your money and you're paying attention, okay? So let me go to the third thing that wealthy people do. Okay. Wealthy people do. Wealthy people have a system. They have a system. Okay. So this is my first time using my little whiteboard here. So you have to let me know what you guys think. Let me know if it's working out well. Okay. Put my glasses on. All right. So I hope this works out pretty good. And I hope this shares the point that I'm trying to make. All right. So let's just say, first of all, this is your income bucket. And this is how most people operate. Okay. So here's your income bucket, right? This is your bucket. And so what happens is we go to our jobs 40 hours a week, 40 plus, however many hours a week, right? We go in, we trade, we go in, we put in our hours, we put in our time, right? And then at the end of a week or 2 weeks or a month, company, right? They pay us, right? So that money goes into our bucket. All right. So we get paid. And when we get paid, if we are very honest, what happens? If we get paid, we start spending that money. We probably start paying bills, right? We start paying all the other things that we got to do. So we got debt, car notes, right? We're probably paying our utility bills. We're paying rent, mortgage, right? We're doing all the things that most people do. Okay? And then once we get through paying all our bills, right? A lot of us start buying some of the things that we want. If we're truthful, is this not how things work? Tell the truth. Tell the truth, shame the devil, right? So the company pay us. It comes into our bucket, that bucket, and then we start paying all our bills, our rent, light, gas, water, and all this stuff. We pay our debts, right? And then what happens? We try to save what's left over. That's what happens. If we're honest, that's how most people spend their money. That's how it works. All right. So your money starts here, maybe when you fill it up, and then every time you pay your rent, your mortgage, your bills, it's just going down. But it's just going down. It's just going down, right? Then you buy some of your wants, and then you try to save what's left. And then what happens? By the time you get through paying all these bills and you start getting some of the things that you want, it ain't nothing left. It ain't nothing left to save. And so that's how people wind up living what? Paycheck to paycheck. Because there's not enough left over for you to save. If you're never able to put anything in reserves, then the only thing that you have to live off of and live from, if you never put anything in reserves, the only thing that you have left to live off of and live from is what? Whatever's coming in. And so if you're spending all of it, right? All of it before when it comes in on your bills, your lights, gas, water, and all your wants and all of these things, then guess what? At the end of the day, you're not going to have anything left to save. Nothing left to save, right? So this is why people are living paycheck to paycheck. Okay? But you remember I said wealthy people do a couple of things. Number one, wealthy people equip themselves. Number two, they pay attention. And then number three, they have a system. So let's look at how their system differs. Now, keep in mind, I got a lot of scribble on here, but you see how this works out, right? You got one source of income that comes in into your bucket. From your bucket, you're paying your rent, mortgage, light, gas, water, car notes, insurance, other bills, other debts, student loans, all that good stuff, right? Then you buy some wants, and then you try to save what's left, which is usually nothing. All right? That's how you live paycheck to paycheck. But let's see how wealthy people do it. Here's their system. Okay? I'm going to make this really simple. Wealthy system. Here's how they do it. All right? So, first of all, here's their bucket. This is their household, this is their income. Here's their bucket. Okay? The first thing that wealthy people know and understand is they might even have a job, right? They might even have a job, okay? But one of the things that's first of all is different is they have other sources of income. So right off the bat, they have other sources besides the job, okay? So right off the bat, they're different. They got some additional flows, income streams that are coming in. Right? That's one of the first keys. That's one of the first keys. Okay? All right? These other sources of income usually is they're going to be looking for other sources of income. For instance, when you have what's called capital gains, the money that you make from the buying and selling of stock. If those gains from your investments, if you've had those gains for over a year, right? Then the taxes that you pay on this income is less, right? So the taxes are less. If you have a job, you get taxed the most. Anytime you have a job, earned income, you pay more in taxes than if you were an investor or a business operator. Um, you would pay less in taxes if you had other sources of income. So that's the first thing. They study and understand that they need to have multiple sources of income, right? And they need to try to make sure that they reduce the amount of taxes that they pay. All right. So that's the first thing that's different about wealthy people's system. What's next? When they get paid, the first thing that they're doing is they're saving. They're doing what? Paying themselves first. That's the first thing. Before they start paying other people, they pay themselves, right? They start saying, they know, hey, I need to make sure that I have a certain amount of money that I'm saving. After all, I worked hard for it throughout the week. Why would I not why would I not pay myself? Why would I not keep money for myself? Why would I not keep money for me to do the things that I need to do for my priorities? That's the first thing that they do. They pay themselves first. And then after they save money, whether that be through their 401k, through their IRAs, they put money in their Roth accounts. They put money in their cash value IUL life insurance policies. They put money in savings so that money can be there. So they, number one, well, I'll get back to that in just a second. But they pay themselves first. So they save first, right? They save first. And then after saving, now they pay bills, right? Bills, okay? And then they can take care of their needs and debt, all right? So now they don't have to worry about trying to save what's left over because instead of, now see if we go back, see most people don't have anything left, so they don't have any money to save. Wealthy people say, hey, no, I'm going to move my saving up front and I'm going to pay myself first. Pay myself first. And so as a result, they got 10 to 30% that come off top, right? And now then after that, they pay their bills. They take care of their needs, right? And their debt. Now, I'm not finished. Let me show you what they do next, right? The next thing that they do is from this saving, they do what? They buy assets. See, if we go back, most people right here, they don't buy assets. Typically, you don't see any assets in here. They may have a home, right? They may have a home that their primary residence, but the primary residence costs them money every month. They got to make the mortgage every month. They have to pay for maintenance every month. They have to pay for taxes every month. So that doesn't put money in their pocket. Chances are they build up equity in the home. Hopefully it's going up in value. But guess what? You can't tap that money unless you sell the house or unless you do a refinance or you have some type of HELOC, home equity line of credit, right? Otherwise, it's just money that's locked up into your house. Other than that, people buy bills. They got bills, car notes, right? Car notes, big payments with your cars, okay? Cars that go down in value. They're paying off their student loans. And then with the money that they have left, because they feel like, you know what, I'm entitled to buy some things to make myself feel better. So I'm gonna get my wants. I'm gonna get that Louis belt. I'm gonna get them that Gucci. I'm gonna get that Prada and that Dior, right? I'm gonna buy these labels to show just how well I'm doing in life, but I'm not saving any money. So wealthy people turn around and say, hey, no, with this savings right here, I am going to buy investments. I'm going to buy assets. Okay. If you notice over here, right, here's what's different. This is what's different. They're not paying for their wants. Their assets are paying for their wants. You see that? See right here? The assets are paying for their wants, not them. See, if we go back, if we go over here, we see they didn't pay their bills, they didn't bought the cars that they wanted, they pay their debts, and right here, they got their wants right here, right? They're taking care of their wants even before they take care of the savings. And then as a result, they have no savings left over. And that's why many people live paycheck to paycheck. But if we come over here, the wealthy system says, no, I save first. Yes, I know it's going to be, it's a challenge. Yes, I know it's difficult. But what you have to do and to get in position is you have to reduce your bills, your needs, and your debts to put yourself in a position where you can start saving and paying yourself first. And then once you start saving bit by bit, saving bit by bit, making sure that you are the first line that gets taken care of, paying yourself first, bit by bit. Pretty soon that bit by bit is doing what? It's growing. And pretty soon now you have a reserve. And oftentimes that reserve is your emergency fund, right? This is what allows you to sleep well at night. This is when you get to the place where you're no longer laying up and worried about how you're going to take care of bills, or you're no longer sitting there worrying about, is the roof going to fall in, or is the hot water heater going to go out, or is my transmission going to hold up. See, your emergency fund helps you sleep at night. That's how you start going from living paycheck to building wealth. And then what happens next is, as that fund, as this bucket right here gets bigger and your savings bucket gets bigger and bigger, pretty soon you can start buying assets. You see that? You can start buying assets and investments. And that might be, for instance, you might say, hey, I'm able to buy a spare car that I can put on the Turo platform or one of these other rental platforms, so that can be making some passive income for me. I did it with my vehicle, my personal car. I put my personal car on the platform because I work from home and I didn't need to have that extra car just sitting there in the driveway the whole time. So guess what? I put it to work for me. I was making anywhere from $700 to $1,000 a month. right? Extra passive income, semi-passive. All I had to do was make sure, listed it, make sure it's on the platform and it's clean and it's disinfected. And hey, it took very, very little time for me to make an additional $700 to $1,000 a month, right? But pretty soon you get to a place where you're buying these, you have enough money saved up where you're able to buy assets. You're able to buy another rental property. You're able to buy another vehicle. You're able to buy a vending machine even. Vending machines, guys. Vending machines will pay you an extra $300 to $500 or $300 to $600 a month if you can find a good location to put it in. It's a low cost asset. You come in and you fill it up every week or every 2 weeks. It takes you what, maybe an hour of your time to do that. And throughout the week, people are buying and purchasing things. Even better than that, you can start creating digital vending machines where you create digital products where you have them housed on your website or your Linktree website, right? I'm tossing out ideas and I'm sharing things with you that's going to help you generate more income, right? But the biggest thing is at the end of the day, you start buying, you saving, and now you're buying assets, you're buying investments that help to take care of your wants. And not only will it take care of your wants, but here's what it also will do. It will help you bring in an additional stream of income. Now all of a sudden your bucket is getting filled up with more and more income. You see how this works? And so if you're able to do this more and more, pretty soon you're buying more assets. And those assets can pay you money every month or help take care to fund the lifestyle that you truly want to have. That's how wealthy people do it. So we're looking at the lifestyles of the rich and famous. Y'all remember that TV show? Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. So we look at the things that they have, and suddenly we try to buy the things that they have. We see the expensive cars, we see the big houses, we see the fabulous vacations, we see the brands that they have and the lifestyle that they're living. We try to buy that in order to show that we are what? That we're wealthy, that we've made it, that we are in a position where we should be what? Envied or respected or at least applauded. But every single day, if we don't have this system set up correctly, we're losing our ability to buy assets that help to fund that lifestyle that you see wealthy people having. Elon Musk, when he got paid for, he was one of the co-founders of PayPal. I don't know if you guys know that, but he was one of the founders of PayPal. And once he cashed out his part of PayPal, right? I forgot how much money it made. I don't know if it was $100 million, $150 million, whatever it was. He took all of his money and he put it back into these other companies, SpaceX, Tesla, and all these other ideas that he had, right? He's put all of those millions that he had, and he had to borrow money to pay rent. Ain't that something? Now, what is it that most people would have done? Most people would have balled out. Man, I'm gonna go ahead on and get that whip. I'm gonna buy these designer labels and these designer brands. I'm gonna be living it up. I'm gonna be having a good time, and pretty soon, guess what? You're gonna be broke again because you haven't established a system. Because we are number one, not equipping ourselves to handle wealth. Number two, we're not paying attention. And number three, we don't have a system in place that is allowing us to generate more and more income. So Guys, let me know in the comments below. I hope this helps. I hope this gives a glimpse or an understanding of how to go from paycheck to paycheck, how to pay yourself first, and how to eventually be able to get to a lifestyle that you see wealthy people having and wealthy people living. I'm going to be sharing these ideas and concepts over the next few days or so. But I also have a big announcement that's coming that I'll share with you on tomorrow. Um, because I firmly believe it's not just about me sharing these ideas and concepts with you. I want to be able to share with you the tools and the strategies that you can use, that you can implement, that you can put in your life, in your finances, that's going to help you create the financial freedom and create the life that you truly want so you can live the life that you want and leave a legacy for your family. If that is something that interests you, please put a like in the comment box. Put your name in the comment box. Inbox me directly, uh, so I'll know that this is some information that you would definitely be interested in. Like I said before, I got a big announcement that's going to be coming, and so you want to stay tuned to what's coming, because let me assure you, lives will be changed. People are going to be put in place where they can not just see how wealthy people are living, but they're going to be in a position where they're going to be living like wealthy people do. So I'm going to be sharing that information with you. If you just joined this live stream, please go back and watch and let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, so stay tuned, stay with me for the next 10 days or so, because I got some wonderful things that are coming down the pike that's going to help you transform your relationship with money, and it's going to help you finally have the lifestyle that you truly want for yourself and for your family. So stay tuned with me for the next 10 days or so. And yeah, it's going to bless you. All right. Take care. God bless. We'll see you next time.